This is Daleko Arts, the theater you know and love based in New Prague, Minnesota. This year, for their virtual season, they decided to embark on a new adventure, which is the creation of a reality TV show of sorts, where audience members and patrons submit their best ideas for a play. 3 ideas will be selected to participate in the script, paired with their own individual mentors, partnering with a local playwright to adapt these ideas into little scenes. The winner of this competition will be one of those scenes and will walk away with a lot of bragging rights, because you never know, this could be the first pilot episode of a very successful franchise that runs for 20 years. Who knows? Oh, by the way, my name is Karen, and I'll be your host / companion navigation buddy throughout this 4-part series. Our hope is to provide a little glimpse into what goes on when an idea turns into a play. Anyway, hi, hello, I'm Karen. This is the script, and I will see you on the other side.
Welcome to the script team.
Hey, welcome to you.
Thank you so much.
I'm willing to listen, but I think you're all wrong.
I was just going to say, I'm not a huge fan.
Why am I the host? Okay.
I'm going to win because we're going to be the cutest team.
Sneaky.
Oh my God. It's over 50. We got over 50 submissions. This is freaking incredible. I'm a little intimidated. I'm not going to lie, because now we have a buttload of stuff to sift through. I don't know. I'm very excited to get started, but I'm also extremely frightened of this amount of work. Holy crap!
After hours upon hours of Zoom meetings, our production team has narrowed down the ideas from 50 submissions to 6. But there can only be 3 contestants in the script. Let's meet the coaches who are struggling to make the cut.
Full transparency, I know that there is such a thing called Zoom, and I'm currently on it, and then that's where my knowledge ends.
Who am I? Well, I'm Patrick Cupkey, born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'm an ensemble member at Daleko Arts. I kind of pitched the idea for the script, so if I don't win,
it's really my own fault.
I performed in Japan, all over the great state of Minnesota and a couple other states around the country, so I am a passionate actor at heart. It's my true calling. I'm drawn to comedies naturally. That's just sort of where my instinct goes. I'm craving something that we can all relate to. So I'm hoping to find something that's maybe here and now and not so ethereal. And then maybe we can turn that on its head and see what happens from there. So something accessible is what I'm hoping to find.
Cool. So who's on, who, how, what? What's next? Can I make a suggestion for Chris's background though? Can you have your Emmy in the back?
Yeah, would you mind?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Chris Karki. I am an ensemble member with Daleko Arts. I started acting professionally about, 26 years ago when I was 3. No, I'm joking. I wasn't 3. I've been directing professionally for about 22 years. What I think I will look for in a script will be producibility. How accessible will it be from a directing point of view, from a design point of view, from a budgetary point of view? Is it actually producible? In a selfish way, I'm looking for something that's going to make my job easier. Even though I'm not necessarily going to direct this script or act in this script, that is what I will be looking for. There's just no question.
Atta girl. Yeah, just hold it.
Yeah, actually just hold it the entire time.
Always be holding it.
When COVID hit, I couldn't go to the gym anymore, and all the weights were sold out. So I just lifted my Emmy. They're very heavy.
You have to talk about the Emmy nonstop.
There needs to be a villain, right? We need to have a villain. Hi, I'm Ben Teege. I am the co-founder and co-artistic director of Daleko Arts. I have been working professionally in theater for about 20 years. In addition to Daleko Arts, I also teach theater at the local high school. I'm personally looking for something that is maybe a little mysterious. We're coming up on the fall, so like maybe something that's a little spooky, maybe something that has a little bit of mystery to it. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm going to be looking for.
Yeah, this conversation would maybe go different when we have it immediately before season 7 of the script. But
Okay, so now that we've met our coaches, we're going to join them in a meeting as they attempt to finalize the last 6 contestants to the 3 creatives that will be participating in the script. Let's see how it goes.
There were so many good ones, you guys.
I just can't believe how many we got to begin with. So many people are sitting around with all these amazing ideas in their heads. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we thought we were creative. No, it's our audience. It's not us. I really, really enjoyed the gentleman who said he wanted just more Ben and Amanda. So my favorite would be the play about Ben and Amanda. So we'll just go with that, I think.
I like that idea. I feel like there's some other ideas that might just rise above.
I mean, a wee bit. And I think we should definitely keep that one on the table, but maybe discuss a few other options just to see if there might be something else out there. Maybe.
I'm willing to listen, but I think you're all wrong.
There's one specifically, let's see if I can find it here. There's so many to sift through. There's one about a middle-aged couple that has always worked outside of the house. Their 2 kids are away in college, and suddenly COVID-19 hits, so it's pretty topical. In a flash, these 50-somethings and their dog are thrust into their house, working and coexisting together, creating a comedy of marital struggles. I feel like that has a lot of potential, and it's super timely right now, right?
So relatable. I love it. Plus, dog on stage. One of the ones I was very drawn to was a submission about someone who has over 40 letters from World War II that her father-in-law wrote to his parents in New Prague when he was stationed in Kentucky and then was sent to the European theater in 1944. There's little nuggets of realism that she threw in the description about how he started most of his letters with "Dearest Mom and Pop" and how everything was swell, which I just love. I mean, but then she goes on to say that, of course, they learned later on that that was not the case, that everything was not swell. She wrote, "I think this is the story that could be told of many small town soldiers who had never been further than the county line and suddenly found themselves in a life-changing situation." I mean, come on.
This feels like a movie to me. Like, I want to see this movie.
Soaring, cinematography and I definitely, I love the history in this one. Did you guys see the one about the guy and his cat? Local man talks openly to his cat.
Yeah.
I love it. He actually talks about his cat Tallulah and how amazing of an actor Tallulah is. I love it.
2 small town girls are about to go off to college, but then they come across an advertisement for a beauty pageant. And they decide, oh, sure, let's do that and win a lot of money or whatever. They think, it can't be that hard. And then they realize that they're completely out of their element when they're in there. First of all, I started reading it and I was like, oh, this is funny. This is cute. The person who submitted it said, throughout their experience, they learned the importance of building up other women. I love that idea, how it doesn't become this sort of catfighting, whatever. No, I need the money. But it becomes how we hold each other up. I thought that sounded really kind of modern and fun and clever, cute.
I definitely want to read this play. This sounds super fun. Did you guys see the one about the person that is in isolation and they become part of an alternate reality? It says, this may start out serious, but as the reality shifts, it turns into a comedy.
Love that.
Ben, there was one story that I thought of you for. Did you see the one about the haunted piano?
I loved this one.
Yeah,
I immediately thought of you. For those who don't know, Ben is super into doing a horror story on stage or a ghost story on stage.
Maybe something that's a little spooky, maybe something that has a little bit of mystery to it. I don't know.
It's a true story, apparently, about this piano that is haunted that the writer grew up with, basically. And so her idea would be to tell the actual ghost story, but to incorporate it into another family who now owns the piano. I thought that was really cool.
It sort of feels like a family play, but also a ghosty play at the same time. It talks a little bit of, it addresses sexism too. I love this one a lot.
It seems like a show that I would like eat popcorn to and just like be super invested in.
The rest were terrible.
Lies, Ben TG, lies. They were so great. I mean, not to sound whatever, but we had another talk about it a week or so ago. I can't remember when things were still pouring in, and I was getting emotional, and I got like choked up a little bit. I'm so impressed. I'm really excited, and so like I'm getting a little misty. I'm like, holy cow, these are really good. This isn't my realm. I don't write, so whenever people do, I get really excited about that, especially when they're all so fantastic. I get goosebumps. I get so excited because it means more art in the world, which is what we need. I love it. I love it.
So should we pick our favorites?
Uh-oh, is it that time?
Should we paper, rock, scissors for it?
Are we doing rock, paper, scissors, shoot, or rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, right?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Wait, does Chris have any more questions?
I think I'm good now.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ben.
With my first draft pick, I am going with the Grandmother's Piano play. I love that idea. It's so spooky. It's so wonderful. It's so much fun. I can't wait. It's going to be a blast.
Proud of you. I'm proud of you for choosing that one and not the Ben and Amanda show. Although I love that idea too.
I'm going to work with him on that one on the side.
Got it. All right, Patrick, you and I.
Okay, are you ready?
I am so ready. Okay, ready?
Here we go. Ready?
Yep. I got you.
I'm nervous you're going to pick the one I want.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going with. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. I am going to choose the two small town gals looking for money, and they do the beauty pageant. Yay!
Rock, paper, scissors against myself. I am going to pick, I think this one just really spoke to me because I love things that are happening here and now, and I want to see a show that's about right now. So I'm going to pick the one about the middle-aged couple. They're living together during COVID-19 right here, right now.
Ah, very good choice.
Very excited. I'm super excited about that one. I think we picked some good ones. 3 very different stories, too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're great. Mine's the best, but they're great.
Wait.
Something that's really exciting to me is that you all picked writers or creatives, from New Prague. They're all people from right here in town, and we had submissions from really all over the place. So that's very exciting.
I'm excited to see them get involved in a process that they may not have been involved in before.
So what's the next step? I think you guys should meet with creatives.
I love that we're going to, my creative and I, we're going to really lean into that. We're going to hold each other up thing. And we will absolutely hold Ben, you and your creative, and Patrick, you and your creative up. We're going to hold you guys up as we are proudly walking across that finish line and winning this competition.
Wow, what a weird way to put us down. Thanks for that.
I was just going to say that Joan and I aren't going to do any of that, but we are going to egg the houses of Kiffin and Angela.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you are socially distanced while doing that, please.
Sweet. So it sounds like everybody has a creative that they have in mind that they'd like to work with, and you're all super excited. So the next time we're going to see you, you will be meeting with your creative. Are you excited?
So excited.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Woohoo! Okay, so enough having of this Zoom meeting. I'll just send you guys off.
Bye.
Bye.
Look out, world, our coaches are ready to get started. Before we do that, we are going to be virtually visiting with each creative. Let's see what they're up to.
Hi, I'm Kiffin Deal. I am a teacher at New Prague High School. As far as the script goes, my muse came as I was laying in bed after having my hip replaced, thinking about all the crazy COVID stuff, and it was just a really twisted situation that led to a lot of funny moments. That's where I came up with a couple ideas. Talking to a lot of different people that many people will be able to relate to it. That's what I would say might make people gravitate toward it, just because it's happening, it's here, and we can shed some fun light on it.
My name is Angela Schainbauer. My family and my friends are very important to me. The relationships in my life are like what bring meaning to it, I guess. My story is unique because there's going to be like a strong female cast, which I think is really important. It's good to have that sort of representation. It's always fun to have a comedy that has a really uplifting message at the end of the day, you know, because the comedy will make it entertaining, but the message is what will stick with you. So I think it's important to have that element and that aspect of supporting each other and just being there for other people. I'm just excited to get going and to see what this whole process is going to be like. You know, I still don't know much about what we're going to be doing, so I'm excited to see how it all works out.
My name is Joan Mitchell. I am retired. I was a lab tech at the hospital for 45 years. Theater has always sort of been something that I've always really enjoyed, but it's not an enjoyment shared by the rest of my family. So it's kind of something that I do that nobody else likes. The story I submitted is a story about a family legend, rumor, hush-hush story. When my mother would mention it, it was always only done in hushed tones. But it was an old story that was in the family that I just thought this should be told because it's kind of funny and kind of unique and kind of scary all at the same time. I've always used it as a gauge for raising my kids. I figured if the piano's not playing, I'm doing okay. I'm hoping that when we start working, we'll be able to mesh our ideas and be able to come up with a product. And I just want to create something that's entertaining for the people to enjoy.
All right, it's been about a week, and today our pair of coaches and creatives are meeting for the first time to talk strategy. But what our creatives don't know is that today, during this meeting, they're going to be presented with a surprise challenge. This challenge was set by our playwright, Heather Meyer. I don't think we met her. Let's go meet her.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there a skull behind you?
You bet there is. There's actually two. Hi, I'm Heather. I am a playwright and a performer and an improviser and all the various things that theater often calls upon you to do. I do believe everybody is creative. I do believe everybody can discover the tools. Everybody has a different way of accessing it. I'm excited to see stories that have a lot in there, that feel like an evening of theater, that feel like an hour and a half of what's gonna happen next. So I'm always excited to find a pitch that is like, oh, there's something more than just what's on the surface here. So my expectation with the meeting with the coach and creative for the first time is to get the answers to 3 really big questions that will get us on this journey to what these plays are. Once they've answered all 3 of these questions, is that we will have a really clear idea of what the heart of this play is. I'm excited because there's so much to discover.
All right, let's go back to our meetings where our coaches and creatives are doing their thing. Let's see what they're up to.
I am so much more competitive than the other coaches.
Thank you for winning. I mean,
We are going to win because your wife is the vice president of the board. So
I'd like to make it publishable so we can both make some money on this.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, if they want their jobs, you have to win.
No. We are going to take this, and it's not even going to be close.
Let's try that again, folks. Get it together.
Tiffin, how are you doing? It's so great to connect finally.
I'm doing well. You know, it's interesting times we're living in, but trying to make the best of it.
How are you?
Good.
Excellent.
Real good. In your apartment and you're in college during a global pandemic and you're writing a play.
Yes.
Amazing.
Well, as you know, I've read your submission for the script, but why don't you tell me a little bit more about your idea, sort of how you came up with it, I guess. What was your inspiration?
Honestly, my inspiration was the non-fiction nature of my life last spring.
Mm-hmm.
We were thrust into this COVID crisis, and all of a sudden, one day we move into a new house. The next day, schools are done, and we're both teachers.
Yeah.
And we're living at home, and then our daughter comes home unexpectedly. So this transition, this nice, easy transition into the rest of our lives became just a comedy of errors.
My grandfather was an immigrant from Sweden, and he was a very short-tempered, angry, abusive man. He got married to my grandmother. It quickly went south. He was very abusive to her. She died because of pneumonia because he locked her out of the house in the wintertime. My mother wanted to go to high school first, and he grudgingly let her do that. And then she wanted to go to college. He laid down the law and said, it's absolutely positively not. He had gotten remarried by that time, and all of my grandmother's things had been put into the back room and never touched again. That night, the piano started playing.
Mostly, I was just trying to think of, I like to put people into situations that like they wouldn't normally be in, if that makes sense. So I was like trying to think of like how you could bring people from sort of like an outside environment into something new, bringing awareness to like different groups of people, like doing things that other people might not know a lot about. I myself don't know much about beauty pageants and stuff, but I know that takes a lot of work and like dedication to like do things like that.
So we're almost done.
Okay.
But before we leave our very first meeting here, you have a surprise challenge. Are you up for it? I know.
We just have a couple of questions that the playwright, our playwright Heather,
has sent along that you have to do right now with me.
Are you ready?
I guess so.
There's no wrong answer, but I will let you know if there's a terrible answer. I'll let you know right away.
The first one is, what is this play about in one word? If you had to describe it in one word, what would it be?
Freedom.
Heartwarming.
COVIDiots.
I like it. So you sort of gave us a title as well.
How does the main character change by the end of the play?
They definitely both expand their horizons and understand other women, in addition to understanding themselves better.
You know what I hear in that? Coming of age. It's a
yes.
As cliche as it sounds, happily ever after, weathering the storm, as it were, finding the humor in it all, and coming out on top.
Show a more independent side.
Okay, last question. Why does the main character or characters go on this journey?
She wanted an education and she wanted some freedom.
It's a humorous survival story, as it were. Everybody's thrust into a lot of situations, not by choice, and a lot of them are quite funny and embarrassing. And so it's just life. It's perfect.
In the beginning, it's just purely for the money. You know, they don't expect they think it's easy. They think it's just like an easy way to do this and get what they want. But, you know, they obviously find it's a lot more difficult than they expected. And they get a lot more out of it than they were expecting, for sure.
That's it. Just those 3 surprise challenge questions. That was easy.
It's going to be a great project. I can't wait. And now you're going to be a TV celebrity. So great. Win-win.
Win-win.
Absolutely.
Lose-lose. Win-win, lose-lose.
Heather and I are here to help you. I'm here to just sort of be your cheerleader. Heather really is like, she's going to help us a ton.
It's up to us. It's up to you mostly. I'm just here to look pretty, I think, right?
I am super excited. I think this is an awesome idea, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
The next time we all meet is coming up soon, and it's going to be with all of us, including Heather. So you'll
Okay.
get to meet her, and she will, I'm sure, give you wonderful words of wisdom and possibly some more things to think about as you continue processing these ideas.
I'm just going to sit back and watch them. That's all I have to do. My job's done. We'll see you in about a week for our next chat.
Okay, Patrick. Thank you. Have a nice rest of your weekend.
You too. Take care.
Joan.
All right.
All right. See you
Bye.
next time.
Okay. Adios.
It seems like our creatives have established a baseline understanding of who their characters are, why they go on their journeys, and how they develop throughout the story. But can they take on more challenges and take their idea to the next level? Let's join them and the rest of the team, including myself, for our first ever group meeting and find out what's in store.
Angela. Joan.
I know.
One more. Come on.
Why can't you see me? Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. I'm a Google Meter, so this is
Oh.
Angela. I wondered if that was
Hi.
Angela.
Yep, here I am.
Oh, I'm so happy. Good.
Look at us all in one Zoom call for the first time.
Yay.
Woohoo! Awesome. So creatives, if you didn't get a chance to meet some of us, my name is Perrin. So as you all know, we had a surprise pop-up challenge where you had to answer a certain number of questions, right? How did everybody feel about that?
I thought it was kind of stressful. But
What made
fun,
it stressful?
for sure.
And what made it fun?
Just like having to think of things right on the fly was probably what was stressful, but it was fun because it was with Chris and she's so awesome.
Oh, come on.
Sweet.
Say something nice about me, Kiffin. Say something nice about me.
I couldn't go wrong with Patrick.
This coach butt kissing.
Joan and Ben, how did you guys feel?
I was super impressed with how much Joan, for me, I don't know how you feel, Joan, but it felt like you knew all the answers very easily. Like you've thought about this a lot.
No, I did not. It was very much on the fly.
You fooled me.
Joan, how do you feel about working with Ben?
It's sort of like working with Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah, right. Exactly like that.
Oh,
I do
Exactly
see
like
that.
We can't, that's something you can never take back. That's not forever.
That's forever now, Joan. That's forever.
Now, Heather, you've had a chance to take a look at everyone's answers, right? Where do you see the importance in that pop-up challenge? And what does that do for each contestant?
I think that's important because it tells you what your story's about. As we all know, stories are never just about a person wakes up and they're on Mars. It's, well, what is this journey really about? What do they have to overcome? What do they learn and grow? Because that's what keeps us engaged. And you all had great answers for that because you all mentioned big universal things, some comedic, some serious, but those things that connect with us. So I thought you all did great. Those are all important because right there we have the ingredients to start making these into larger stories that would fit on a stage.
What were your thoughts to share with Joan about her answers?
Joan, you did great and wonderful. What I loved the most is in your conversation with Ben when you said, when he tells her to get out, she packs up her bags and goes.
Every night the piano would play. He hit the roof, kicked her out of the family, kicked her off the farm, told her to go to college, and he didn't want to see her again. She left, went to college, and the piano was never played again.
And that's a wonderful example of your main character choosing the active choice. And they take that risk. So I thought that was really wonderful and exciting. And I love, there's some elements of spookiness. That is a very cool thing too.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
What were your thoughts reading Angela's responses?
Super jazzed. I am also a fan of the idea of putting people in places that are uncomfortable. They're from a smaller town and they're going to college. They're at the opening of a door. That's a whole new world. Going to college is exciting. And in addition, they're going on this adventure, which will only infuse that more for them.
Thank you. That was so sweet.
Yeah, I almost picked your story, but it was too close to my actual upbringing that I couldn't do it. So.
Oh, the beauty pageants Patrick has been.
Yeah, I was big in the beauty pageant market.
How about Kiffin?
Invented the best word, which is COVIDiots. I don't know if we're giving out word trophies.
We can. We totally can.
I'll make one.
Excellent. But in that joke word, you also know what this play is about. I love that you wrote, there's something about weathering the storm. What I love about that is they're choosing to stay together. They're choosing to weather this storm.
Thank you very much for making that sound so wonderful, because my wife is in the background kind of choking right now, wondering how this happy ending is going to go.
I mean, maybe it's not a happy ending also. We are just at the phase where things are still very possible.
I'm going to insist on a happy ending.
Kiffin, we have some work to do to get you more fascinating than Joan.
Joan has the early lead. I'm readily admitting it, and I support that. I already love you, Joan.
Already, we've all decided that Joan is going to win.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're all winners because we got picked. We made it through the first round. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm on American Idol. This is great.
You're going to be very disappointed, Joan. This is nothing like American Idol.
Just like American Idol, there's going to be a next challenge. And I think Heather is going to tell us a little bit more about what you will be working on between now and the next time we meet.
So it's one big assignment, but there's 3 sections in it. We're going to start talking about who are all the people and characters in the play. You're just going to write down who they are, give them some names. How old are they? What is their relationship to mainly the main character? What are their quirks and interests? And they don't have to be incredibly long, but it's traditionally like this character's name, Ben TG, and then it's his age, and he lives in New Prague, and it's like
looks like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's just like Brad Pitt.
Does not have Brad Pitt's money. Unfortunately.
Not yet. After the script airs, you're going to be rolling in it.
Once you have who's in it, you're going to start thinking about what are some options for conflicts in the play. Misunderstandings is a form of conflict. And then you're going to start thinking about what are 10 things that could happen in this play. And we're looking for specifics like, they walk up the ladder and the ladder falls down. After you've done all of those incredible things, it's all dovetailed together. You're going to figure out what happens right before intermission that makes you come back for the second half of the play. And this, for example, is either like the greatest success so far of your character or the greatest failure. Like, oh no, they've been fired from the job they just worked all of Act 1 getting. You don't have all the answers. That's also okay. That is why you have your coaches.
How best do you feel each coach can help the creatives through this process? Like what tip would you give the coaches right now?
They are all professional theater artists. Dig deep into your professional theater experience and think about what if we were doing this play and it had to go up in a week?
We're friends, Kiffin, but I will scream at you if I need to.
I love it.
Great.
I'll feel right at home.
Good.
Angela's solid. I'm here to just support her. I love her idea. So to Angela, to you, I say, I might throw things out at you just because I get so excited. And if you're like, no, Chris, that is absolutely not the direction I want to go, I'll be like, cool, great. It's just such a fun idea. I'm so into it.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to finally kind of put some real meat to the story, I guess, and really start thinking through it. I just really want collaboration and being able to bounce ideas off of each other because that's always really helpful. And I know that I don't have all the answers for what I want. And I think that just being able to kind of work with each other and help each other develop this idea will be really helpful.
Let's move on to Ben and Joan. Ben, how are you feeling about this going into this challenge with Joan?
I feel like we're on cruise control because Joan has such a great handle on this story. I kind of just feel like a cheerleader. So I'm excited.
Joan, how are you feeling about working with Ben again?
I'm feeling pretty the same way. I got lots of thoughts bouncing around in my head, but no concrete, how do I get this done? And I need guidance like that. How do I get the thoughts from my head onto paper and not rip them up and burn them in the morning?
Same here. Patrick, how are you feeling about the challenge?
I'm feeling great. I think Kiffin has a solid idea. I think everyone's hungry for something to latch onto, and this is definitely an idea that we can all relate to right now. And I'm a fan of absurd comedy, and there's no shortage of absurd things happening in the world right now. So I think that we strangely might suffer from having too many ideas, which is a great place to be in, I think. So I'm excited.
For me, this kind of came together as sort of a sitcom idea where I could come up with a lot of small episodes. So I'm looking for him to help me put this together into a single play idea. And I think that's the biggest challenge for me. Together, we're 100%. I'm going to give him about 25. He's going to give me the 75. And we're going to be 100% perfect by the end of this whole thing. That's what I'm looking for.
I'll throw this back at everybody. How confident are you that you're going to win?
100%.
Oh, totally confident.
Me too.
Yeah, with all due respect to Kiffin and Angela, I mean, we've got this locked up.
I love you, Ben.
I love you too, Kiffin.
Kiffin, I'm your coach, Kiffin. It's Patrick. Patrick's your coach.
We will see you next time with your assignment done. And in the meantime, I'll be checking in with you one-on-one and with your groups, separate groups. Yeah, happy writing.
We do a virtual high five, everybody.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.